Hi, everybody, and thanks again for stopping by for another episode of the Cougar-licious Cub House. And we're going to have so much fun today because here in the studio, I have my very special guest, Heather Dragulescu.
Okay. There we go.
We're going to be talking about Mom's Basement. We're going to be talking about improv. We're going to be talking about comedy and everything in between. So I can't wait to get started. So be sure to grab that wine glass, bring that sass, and make this your favorite place to be. Take it away.
Cougar-licious, in my power I rise with every step I take. I light up the skies, celebrating me. I'm a star shining bright, enjoying all the eye candy under the moonlight. Oh, Cougar-licious, watch me take my stand, moving to the beat. Come and take my hand.
Yeah. Don't you love that too?
It's cute. Yeah. Who wrote it?
Like, well, I'll tell you, we have a little friend in AI
Oh.
that did that. Yes. We actually just took the creed, Cougar-licious, a woman who stands in her own power, celebrates the divine diva, and enjoys a little eye candy. And we plugged it in, and jingles came out like crazy. And so I picked that. So that's what I picked. So yeah. So welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Before we get started, I want to thank our sponsors for the show, of which you are a new sponsor.
Yay.
Yes, Mom's Basement Comedy Sports. We're so excited to have you on board. We have Linder Health Skincare. We have Web and Funnel. We've got Go Ledgerly, Caldwell Banker, and our friends at the Balkan Bar and Grill. And it just keeps growing every single week.
That's awesome.
Every single week. Yeah, I just love it. It's so excited. People love the show.
They do.
They love the show.
It's a fun show.
What are you going to do? It's just fun people, fun show. That's how it works.
That's right.
It's a pretty easy formula. And I want to encourage all of our viewers out there to be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Yes, please. Like, share, and subscribe. Doesn't cost you anything, and you'll be given an alert every time we post a new show, which is every week. So don't miss it. You're going to love it. Okay, let's get on with our show, girlfriend.
Hello.
Oh, it's so nice to have you here.
Thank you.
Yes.
You know, we're going on 6 years this year of knowing each other.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Wow, 6 years?
6 years.
Yeah, it was like right after COVID, wasn't it?
We started a writing group, a few of us. And
Yep.
you come over to my house
got
and
together.
Yeah, and we do some writing.
Yeah, and your beautiful home and your husband, a very talented guy.
He is, yes.
Yeah.
We like him.
You're going to keep him. You're
Probably.
going to keep him around for a while. And in your travels, I mean, you have, you're an actor. You have done, I've seen your PSAs, I've seen your commercials, and what else? I mean, have you been in any extras in movies? Or
I was
anything like
in Chippendale, like if you blink and you miss it. I'm the very first human kind of main character, the principal, and then I'm gone. That was it. Acting, it's weird. Like commercial, I do really well, but theatrical's been a little bit tougher nut to crack. But it's all right. Keep doing it.
You
Did some
keep
voiceover
doing it.
stuff, and
Yeah.
though my voice right now is real raspy because I'm talking so much.
Because?
We're so busy.
Yes.
I mean, Mom's Basement is really blown up. It's an amazing place, and
It's a beautiful place. I mean, it is it's a perfect black box theater.
Thank you.
Perfect. And you opened that, a couple of years ago?
Yeah, 2022, I believe.
And it was set up to house the comedy sports.
Correct, yes. Comedy sports have been kind of a few theaters here. Bouncing around, it's a little hard when you have a little indie show here to really find a place. Different times, different weekends, and no, this is not a negative of any of those theaters. That's the reality of theater. When they have a show, they have to come in. You kind of fill in the gaps, but it's really for those major productions that they're there.
Now, were you always involved with the comedy sports organization?
No, they started.
How did that work?
They were here in 2017. So Comedy Sports is over 40 years old and has about 25 cities nationwide and in the UK. The one here started in 2017 by Justin Green and his mom, Lana Green. He comes from Buffalo Comedy Sports. And it's a tradition of short form competitive improv that stems from theater sports, you could argue, but has really kind of become its own thing, this idea of a sporting match with improv.
Yeah. I mean, it's a fascinating field, and well, I started taking some of your
Yeah,
courses
how you enjoying those?
Oh, I love it. It's just so freeing.
It is.
It really does. It kind of gets you through your own little barriers, and it just makes you create on the spot, which I think is excellent for any creative.
Absolutely.
I don't care what part of the field you're in.
I think it's perfect for any person. The basic skills of improv to be a great improviser are listening, presence, collaboration, communication. What person wouldn't benefit from doing this more in their life and being better at those?
Right.
So it's just, as I've done more and more improv, I think I've become better at those things and really
how did this all merge with Mom's Basement? How did this all... Because they were looking for a home.
Correct. We had a rehearsal space, which is where the Black Box Theater is now. And I just remember talking to Justin saying, why don't you just turn this into a theater? And so I've been producing shows in LA and actually driving back to LA to produce shows. And it's a little tedious carrying all that equipment in your car. Because if you know Bobby doesn't do just an amp and a microphone. There's lights, there's speakers.
Bobby is your husband.
Yes. And he is a little tech nerd as well as a design nerd. And I said, why don't we just put our equipment in here? Why don't we just make this a theater? So Bobby built the pipe rail that all the lights are on. We made our kids run the cords through the entire ceiling. He really set everything up in that theater. And that's when we opened it. We said, let's just make it a theater.
Right.
And let people come. And I was just a participant in comedy sports for a while. And then last year in May, they asked me to come in as the creative communications director and start helping transform the theater to what it is now.
Yeah, I mean, you're really you're renovating that whole place. You've got a great lounge area where people can hang.
Cool,
yeah,
right?
it's beautiful. All your refreshments and everything, and then you have the theater next door. And like you said, the lighting, the staging. The very first time that I walked in there, I said, "This is a perfect place." Now, I don't know if I told you this, but I'm actually working on a one-woman show.
Exciting! You're gonna be bringing it to moms.
I'm going to be bringing it to moms.
I love it.
That's right. I want to go. I want to go to moms. So I want it in Mom's Basement.
I'm very excited. I mean, that's what we want. We want more shows, more independent shows. For a long time, we had what is it? I think we had 10 shows a month. A month. And we're now up to 8 shows a week.
Wow.
And we're about to expand in April to a 9th show. And then I think by July, we'll be up to 11 shows. The goal is to have about 15 shows a week. So that's more than double what we used to have.
Yes.
But it's because we're trying to support a very vibrant community out there.
Yeah, and you're also now branching off into stand-up comedy.
Yeah. Phil Kotler's been working with us with Kill Bomb at the open mic. We're evolving that one every time. We had a bunch of people asking for stand-up classes, and I was like, well, I don't feel confident teaching anything advanced, but I can teach the basics. So that has been helping, feed into the open mic, and we're trying to really push more into stand-up as well, because that's my first love before improv. Stand-up's what got me into improv, because I took a class just like you to be better at being more free and open on stage. And then I just kind of fell in love with improv, and that's become my main focus. But after that, we want sketch, musical improv, acting. Like, what can we fill this space with as a way to be an outlet for the community?
Right. It's fantastic, and I think there's a show this on the 14th, right?
Yes, Laughs Vegas.
Las Vegas.
They're coming. They're doing their 2-hour stand-up show. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're very excited to have them there. So, more things like this. Like we're getting calls almost every day now of people who want to rent the space.
Excellent.
And we're doing more. McThomas, actually, at the end of this month, she's bringing her one-woman comedy show. We've had it there before, and it's a hoot and a riot. And like all of these people, I love seeing Chris and Sam and all these comedians now. It's so nice to be back in this community of seeing them and seeing what they're working on and what they're doing, and really trying to evolve the place into one that we support and uplift each other versus just let me mark a notch of a place I performed. Like I always say,
in Vegas, I don't know. I mean, Vegas really appreciates that kind of effort, I think, as opposed to like Los Angeles, where you can really get kind of lost. And some areas are a little cliquey, where you really can't get in, to certain groups and things like that. But here in Vegas, everybody is open to all types of ideas and opportunities.
Yeah, it's trying something new, I think, every time. And, the way I describe it is I'm not looking to be a barrel. I'm looking to be a hub. I'm not trying to gather everything at Mom's. I'm trying to be the place that you go, and then let's continue to support, If Las Vegas goes somewhere else, great. Where can people hear about that? Where can we connect them?
Right.
Where can we
Right.
bring people to other classes that maybe we don't offer, but we know people who do? The idea is to create a place where you can go for information and to see also great improv. Also have great shows, but we're not gatekeepers at Moms.
Well, I think that we as a community are very lucky to have someone like you.
Oh, thank you.
With your background and your organizational skills.
Thank you,
and
yeah.
your talent. To just basically to be able to put this all together like that. And so this
Appreciate
is
it.
this is
Thank
for
you. I'm very big into community. I think community changes the world. Not me,
does.
myself, but community does. So that's what Mom's goal is Mom's goal is to be, we're actually changing our tagline soon to be with your people, which is we want people to find each other, to make those connections, to build relationships, networking if we want to talk about it in a business sense, but, find each other.
And I also noticed, on your website, well, first of all, I think we have a shot of some of the people that do work within the comedy sports. We have a whole bunch of talented people
Yes.
there, and I think they travel all over and perform, don't they? Is that
Some of them do, yes. We focus mostly here. We're really ramping up in private events as well. We often get calls in for private events or to host or so for conventions in town.
I noticed in terms of events, corporate events, and what do you do? Say, for instance, if you have a corporate event and you have to plan an activity. For instance.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right,
give me an example.
So applied improv is improv made for sort of any application in life. Typically businesses is what we direct it towards. And again, taking those tenets of improv, how do you apply them to being better collaborative, communicative, listening employees? So we have a lot of fun improv games that you go, and when you say, hey, so how did this make you feel? And we do this reflectiveness on it. We really can get people to understand how to apply those same skills in their work settings, which is really exciting. I mean, simple games that I'm sure you've played, like last letter, first letter, that actually makes you slow down and listen. And if you actually use that skill in a regular everyday conversation, we're like, I'm just gonna listen all the way through to the very last letter of what they say, it's actually gonna open you up to communicating a lot better.
That's right. And what I've also noticed is that it really intensifies your observational skills too. Like when you set up a scene and somebody is doing something, there's no verbal communication.
Sure.
Rather, there's just activity, and you have to kind of decipher what it is and jump in and add to that scene or change the scene.
Yeah, my eye contact improved vastly doing improv. I mean, we would always, you would kind of talk to people, but you'd look away, you would think. But in improv, you have to have such a direct connection at all times with the players on the stage that it really forces you to actually pay attention to what their face looks like, and what they're doing.
And it's not only that, but sometimes if you're going along one temperament, and then somebody comes along and just changes it, how do you shift that
adapt
so
to it,
quickly? And I think that that's really important for stand-ups.
Especially
with hecklers,
Yes.
when they're doing crowd work. And now when I watch comics, stand-ups on the stage, I really try to observe whether or not they have got those skills, and I figure I talk about, people ask me about the classes and everything, and I just say, well, if you think about someone like Robin Williams, I mean, he was incredible improvisational performer. I mean, that's all he did was improv. But you don't really realize it, while he's
actively doing
it. But you just know that had to be part of his background to be able to shift.
I'm certain of it.
But he was just so quick.
It does make you, I think you get a lot more mental dexterity with it.
Yes, mental dexterity.
Yes.
I like that. Yes. Okay. What else do we have?
They're applauding forever.
Yeah, they applaud for. They have a long applause.
My favorite one. So
Yeah.
You never go. I always go for the dumb joke. It's fine. We have a whole game dedicated to those sounds. And that's kind of what's fun is like what I love about the improv we do at Mom. Sometimes we do more serious narrative long form, but we have a show called Extreme Prov, which we liken it to the Jackass, that TV show of improv, where it's just dumb, dangerous, we say, gross games of improv. So there's a game called Farts where we have fart noises.
I've heard about that.
Yeah, we have electric dog collars, so we shock them during the games. We have ones where we spin them until they almost get sick on stage. Like it's a stupid little show, and it's so much fun to do, and the audience goes crazy. I haven't
seen that one. The one that I came to see just recently was Improv Olay.
Yes.
Which
is short form, and then we have a stand-up comedian do a 10-minute set, and then long form off of that set.
Right.
And you've done that show.
Yes, I did that show when you first opened. When you first opened, I was the stand-up.
Yes.
And then they took my material, and then they created a whole improv scenario over it. And I think it was the bit that I do about being Italian.
Yeah.
And it was, and I'll never forget, because I was going like, really? Is that what I was saying? Is that what I was doing? I don't know. It just, that's their interpretation. So, but it was always a lot of fun. It was really fun. And this improv show that I did, because now that I'm taking the classes, I was able to kind of connect how the exercises that we're doing in the class is preparing you for the different levels of acting and responding and that. And do you think that all people can be improv artists, or do you have some that would be more reserved or
the more reserved
hesitant
ones tend to be the better ones?
Really?
In the end. Yeah. So I always talk about ego. I say we have ego, and ego is not a bad attribute of ourselves. It sometimes is like, look what you're doing. Oh my God, it's so embarrassing. What's happening? Sometimes it lifts us up too much, but it's also what keeps us safe. Like, don't go down that dark alley. What are you doing? It's just that voice, that ongoing voice. And I always say in improv, you have to tell ego it's time to take a vacation. Kick up your feet, drink a Mai Tai, whatever you need to do. Just get out of the way.
Just get out of the way.
And I think anybody can learn to improv, but people who have a harder time are people who can't let go of ego. And there's a lot of reasons we do that. I used to have a hard time when I first started, and I had an instructor who was fantastic, and he said, it's because you don't trust your scene partners and you don't trust yourself. And I was like, yeah, that's true. And so I had to learn to do that. I say reserved people tend to be better because it's a little bit more freeing for them. They don't have this perfection ideal that a lot of other people do. But anybody can really come into it from different aspects and different points of view, as long as they finally get to that idea that improv is a team sport and it's about discovery and building together. It's not about the biggest idea in the room.
Right.
And that can be the hardest thing for some people to really learn.
Right, because some will get on the stage and they'll say, here I am, and this is my idea, and this is how I'm going to do it, and then
you gotta be like,
they don't want to
be disturbed.
Do not disturb.
And that's the hardest thing to sometimes knock out of people. Like, it can be very challenging. And it's not that they're bad. I never always want to say, people don't do that because they're trying to be the star or they're trying to be arrogant. It comes down to trust.
Right.
They're scared they're going to make a mistake. That's all it is. And so it's getting rid of that fear.
Yeah, so when you just release the fact that everybody makes mistakes. Well, that's part of the training.
Sure.
I mean, I have to really commend the gals that I'm studying with right now that are basically
Allie and Dawn,
Allie and Dawn. This is for Allie and Dawn.
They're lovely.
Yes. They're great. They're great. They really eliminate all of that concept. They allow you to get up there and they teach you from the beginning. If you mess up, celebrate it.
Yeah, it really
it's like,
is.
Auga, this kind of thing. I messed up. Isn't this great? And it's
I think people don't realize the fun. Like, I was in a scene once when I was in musical improv where they were talking about something, and the word was litter, but I heard glitter, and I did this whole statement about, well, it just gets everywhere, and they're so tiny, and they're like, oh, they all could tell I misheard the word. I had not realized it yet, but we ended up doing an entire song and dance drag number about glitter zombies, and it was amazing. And afterwards, they're like, did you realize that you misheard? And I said, no, I swore. And
It was glitter.
and it was so much fun. So that's the great part about yes-anding and accepting mistakes, not as mistakes, but as gifts.
Right. It's kind of like, with Gilda Radner when she did Emily Latillo all the time. She always had like the wrong word, and she'd go on in this whole soliloquy, and then at the end go, never mind, you know.
I think mistakes are beautiful, and I think, I don't know, because I'm doing so much improv, like right now I write an article every Thursday about how improv applies to the stage, to life, to community, because I'm really like thinking about it all the time now, like the theory of it. And I really do believe that the more people do improv and really try to embrace it, the better this world's gonna be.
Absolutely. Yeah. When you see that there really are no mistakes and that people are just basically following their path and following their momentum, their design, if people just would just accept that and just say, okay, fine. Because I don't know. It's very few bad people in the world. I think people,
there's
for
some,
the most part,
obviously,
there's some that you wouldn't,
But generally speaking.
But generally speaking, people are good and they have good intentions.
Sure.
Sometimes it doesn't come out right. It's just. But then you have other avenues that have basically contributed to that. So you have to really have more of an understanding and a little bit more of an empathy.
Sure, and I think that's the key to improv is that it really does push that as well. It's about being able to say, I don't know what's coming ahead of us, but we're going to go ahead into it together. Yeah. And we're just going to discover together.
And isn't that life? Isn't that life? You don't know what life is going to be. I look back on my life and let me tell you.
Yeah.
There was a lot of things that happened I had no plans for. It's, well, here I am. Got to do something about this, this type of thing.
It's amazing because I think people don't realize that in improv. Everybody thinks there's a tenet out there that got out there. I'm not sure how. I think it got misattributed to one of the creators at UCB about improv is about not knowing what's next and thinking about what's next. What's next? But it's actually not. It's about discovery and finding out what's been to move forward.
Right.
I think it was Will Hines, who I love, but it might be a different improviser, who described improv as you're in a car, but the windshield's completely blacked out. All you can see is to the sides and behind you. And that's how you have to move forward, is by building the world around you to progress. And I think that when people think about the world around them to progress, we naturally have to become more open and empathetic.
Yes, absolutely. Can I do
this
one more
of course. Drop those applause. Listen.
Because it's not. It just deserves an applause, and it doesn't deserve this. Oh no. But it gets people to laugh.
It does.
It delivers enjoyment.
Laughter is such a beautiful shared moment that people have. You know what I heard the biology of laughter is? Have you ever heard this theory?
No.
So laughter releases the same chemicals to your brain as the realization you didn't die. So it is our body going, I didn't die, and like releasing these joy chemicals to our brain. So when we laugh together, we're all sharing, like, we didn't die, and we're all laughing.
We made it, we survived.
Yeah, and so it's like this fun like idea of, because, then we're getting real into theory. I love comedy theory so much. Like, give me every book, give me every idea. I want to read these concepts. But the theory that Ken Pringle explained to me, who was my stand-up teacher in LA, he said, so, we talk about the comedic triplet, right? Same, different. So why does that exist? Why is that the rule of three and the comedic triplet funny?
Right.
So what's the smallest number you can have to make a pattern? It's 2.
Right.
What is the smallest number you can have to break a pattern?
3.
So when we were biologically cavemen or whatever, if we could see that third break and realize it's either safe or danger, when it was safe, we had I'm not dying, which is why naturally to us, the rule of 3 makes us laugh and feel good.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, that's his theory. And I was like, I'm going to stake that.
Yeah, well,
I always attribute it to him, but I think
why
it's
not? Why not? Because it is true. I mean, or you're leading a thought down a certain road, and you're making that third twist.
Turn. Yeah.
And then it's surprising.
Yes, but
and
you didn't die.
You didn't die, and it makes you laugh.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. I agree with that. Oh my God, do you see this?
What? How is that possible?
I don't know. Well, first of all, you asked me about Cubby.
Yes.
I wanted to tell you about Cubby. This is Cubby. Over Christmas, I ordered one of those robotic dogs, and this is what I got. I got little Cubby right here. Yes. And he does move. He's, this is it. This is Cubby.
What did you think you were getting?
Stay. I thought I was going to get a robot for $35.95.
Oh.
Not so much.
No.
So, but I love him anyway. Stop it. Okay. So I decided I was just going to make him part of my show. He's my little mascot. Yes. Yeah. So anyway, good to have you.
Thank you.
Good
Yeah,
to have
thank
you
for
here
having
with
me
us.
here.
Oh my God. And I want to just catch up a couple of things. Do we have any special shows going on? Well, we have the show.
We have lots of
coming up on
shows.
Sunday.
Yeah, we got Las Vegas this weekend on Valentine's Day. We've got Mick Thomas's stand-up show at the end of this month. We have, March was Women's Month. We're going to have an all-women's improv show, which is going to be tons of fun. We're also going to have a St. Patrick's Day show on March 6th. So
Nice.
no drinking, unfortunately, involved. We're still working on the liquor license, but it'll be a very fun. It's all of our Irish performers.
Great.
Including me, surprisingly. So I am Irish, so we will have only Irish performers. It's a gamut of what you're gonna get. So
I'm a Donna Joy.
Yeah.
That's my name, Joy.
But that's the fun of it. Every month we have something new. Every month, and as we grow more and more shows, we're gonna have more to do. I believe Match Madness is gonna be in March with our comedy sports, which is a ladder competitive
nice
system.
So now when people want to find you, I know, well, first of all, if you want to find Mom's Basement Comedy Sports, go on my website and you can hit the link, right? Hit their logo, and we'll show them right now, because I do want to thank our sponsors. So let's bring up our sponsor page. There you go, and there you are in the upper right corner. You would just hit that, and you would link right to Comedy Sports, or they can go to
momsbasementtheater.com.
momsbasementtheater.com. Okay, when you want to find out more. And thanks to our other sponsors, our Linder Health Skincare, and our Web and Funnel, and our Go Ledgerly, and Caldwell Banker, and our friends at the Balkan Bar and Grill. I also, if you want to become a sponsor on the show, just go onto the website. We have a special sponsor page, and you'll see all the different programs that you can pick. You can just go right on, and you can just click on it and just become a sponsor, just like that. Just sign up. Some of the sponsors just include just logo and link connections. Others include show appearances, as well as the logos and other fun kind of promotional elements as well. And again, I'd like to thank all of our viewers. I'd like to thank you out there for sharing, and subscribing, because without you, this channel can't keep growing, and it keeps growing because of you. That's for you. Keep going.
Give them the whistle, because they're so hot out there.
Okay,
they're so
whistle,
attractive.
The whistle. Which one's the whistle?
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that. So on that note, everybody, just remember to stay Cougar-licious. Bye.
Bye.